Melissa, I'd like to turn to you and ask you about restructuring the learning system. What has been the impact where you're concerned?
Thanks, Sharon. Well, as we know, innovation is the key to building the future of tomorrow. And without innovation, an organization loses their ability to maintain competitive advantage. And the product or service they have to offer, as Dr. Fitzgerald just pointed out, runs the risk of losing its value over time. So, with that, I believe that it's paramount that organizations factor innovation into their strategic planning and think ahead, remembering that today's successes are a product of yesterday's planning. And we do this in three ways: establishing criteria for vetting innovative concepts, creating a diverse think tank in your organization, and dedicating space for brainstorming of new ideas. As we look to incorporate innovation into our strategic plan, we need to be asking ourselves as leaders these very important questions. Will it add value to the organization? What's missing from your current portfolio? Does it align with the mission, the vision, the values? Will it transform or enhance workflow efficiency? Will it differentiate you from your competition in the market? How will you solicit input from your teams? Is there a positive return on investment? How long will it take to achieve that ROI? And the last but most important question is here: what are you solving for? What is the problem is that you are trying to solve for? And I think that these are all great questions as a leader in an organization that we need to be asking ourselves and our teams as we think about restructuring the learning system. In fact, I think it's important as leaders that we hold strategic planning sessions multiple times each year. It's never a one and done. And this signifies to your team that you are creating intentional space for brainstorming and that you want to be very deliberate about doing this. You want your teams to feel and understand the importance of it. You're doing it with them and you're doing it by design. When you're brainstorming, I think what I've seen is that it's very important you avoid going into solution mode, that you're dedicating time to putting all ideas on virtual whiteboards. No idea should ever be discounted. And when the team has exhausted all of their efforts, all of their brainstorming power, that's when you can aggregate all of these ideas together by theme. And you use those lists of questions that I just went through that help you to really determine if any of these emerging themes are meet the criteria for you to forge ahead strategically. And then dedicating space in your plan or your vision for innovation and not being afraid to share with others. I believe if you're truly an innovator, why not lead by example and share the benefits from your playbook with other departments, other teams, other organizations? The reality is that you shouldn't be afraid of competition, as we'll likely be past the initiative and on to the next innovation. So very, very important to allow others to benefit from your work to improve the greater good. And last, I'll just share, given the current state of affairs and the pandemic, I reflect often on COVID-19 and all of the change and innovation that has taken place as a result of the times that we're in. We've all been pushed to transform our operations from face-to-face to virtual. Including academia. And many industries are having to reimagine their workflow, their product, their work culture. Some industries will never be the same, and sadly, some jobs will cease to exist moving forward. And this has certainly changed our economy, our ecosystem in significant ways. But remember, though, through establishing meaningful criteria to vet your innovative concepts, being intentional and creating a platform for brainstorming with your teams and building space in your vision and in your budget for innovation, this really helps organizations to remain ahead